Treatment number 2, change the name to Lost. This is the form. The film will be approximately an hour and 45 minutes. It will be a horror thriller with elements of gore. There's a dark, gloomy filter over the film. This helps immerse the viewer into the film and make it more like a controversial horror conventional. Special effects used will be the following, like fake blood. Text will be used to establish the title of the film and the end credits. The opening film will roll with the title Lost instead of Beetlejuice and cut into an establishing shot. The style, the colour palette for the film will consistently mainly of colours of black, red, orange and yellow. The style of editing used will be a fast-paced editing style. This will be used to build tension and suspense. Camera shots will contain mostly close-ups and shots on long shots. This is to keep the intense atmosphere and continue building upon it, as well as adding a sense of mystery and confusion. The opening camera shot will be an establishing shot and will include panning shots for setting up the scene. Content: a man is walking his dog and his dog is wriggling out the lead and runs into this big empty house. The guy is also on the phone to his wife as he's doing this, so he's acting frustrated because the dog's run off and he's got his wife asking him 10 million things, so he hangs up on his wife and goes looking for the dog, and he goes into this big empty mansion. It's all quite scary. He's walking around, can't find the dog, and then he gets around this corner and then gets a text saying turns around, the dog's dead on the floor, and then the film ends with the man being pushed down the stairs, resulting in his death by some demon inside the house. In the film you will not see the dog itself, it will be too difficult to film the scene. We'll start with the main character on the phone to his wife explaining that the dog has run off, giving the audience an understanding of what's going on. Yeah, and that's the same as before. Okay, the potential position in the market. This will be produced at relatively high standards to compete with other top horrors such as Don't Breathe. The film will be aiming to hit a middle point of the market due to a low budget. The film possesses all the generic qualities of a horror thriller type film. Although it's not an out and out horror, there will be multiple aspects catering to different audiences, and therefore will attract a larger market of people. As the film is a low budget UK independent, the film will first be showcased at local film festivals, then eventually fall to small cinema screens for limited time only. After 2 months, the film will be placed onto the downloadable market for a measly £4.99. Our target audience for this product will be aimed at people over the age of 15. The film will showcase multiple scenes containing blood and gore, however we won't dwell on these scenes. The film will also contain strong language, though it isn't used in a spiteful or derogatory manner. Because the film is catered for 15-year-olds and upwards, this means the product will have more vast audience in turn, generating more following and more revenue. Key scene 1. First key scene will be the moment in which the dog escapes and runs off. This will be at the beginning. Opening shot will be an establishing shot of the field. The follow-up shot is a medium close-up of Mark on his mobile phone to his wife, explaining to her that the dog has just gotten off a lead and ran off, and that he is going to find him. Establishing shot is to establish the scene, and the medium close-up is to show the main character. The first scene will be changed to begin with a cut to a man walking across the field to explain to his wife on the phone that he's lost a dog and that he's looking for it. Key scene number 2 will be the moment the man enters the house and hears a dog whimper from upstairs. The first shot we see of the house will be an establishing shot that pans across the building from left to right. Establishing shot of the room, the phone goes dead, and then the camera cuts to Mark's face looking slightly unnerved. Key scene 3 will be the ending, where the man faces the killer and is pushed down a flight of stairs to his death. The final scene is important as we capture a glimpse of the stalker/killer. Mark runs up the stairs and is confronted by a masked man, half camouflaged by the darkness, when he is pushed backwards down the stairs. Format: product would be a UK independent film, aired in cinemas for a short time, roughly 2 months, because of the low budget. The film will then release on Netflix after 6 weeks, remaining for a month until eventually it's placed on a box set 2 months later. Running time: the opening scene will be 5 minutes. The opening scene will have an establishing shot that will be 3 to 5 seconds, followed up by a mid shot. When Mark enters the house, a short series of close-up shots and pan shots will follow, as well as POVs. In this time, the main character will establish. There will be a clear plot followed by the intrigued hook at the end. The name of this film is Lost. Synopsis: a man is walking his dog through a field. The dog gets off the lead, so he has to go look in this big empty house. A masked killer is stalking him and taunting him, and then by the end he pushes him down the stairs and Mark is killed. Character list: Mark, average 6 foot tall, male with short black hair. Costume design is going to be black boat shoes and trousers with white or light blue bottomed up shirt with a watch on his wrist. General facial expressions conclude contempt, fear and surprise. Anonymous, stalker/killer. The anonymous killer character will be dressed all in black with a black mask, and you won't be able to see his facial expressions because he'll have a mask on. Further film development could occur if the film receives the right attention from the critics and gains a lot of revenue. The film could follow up another successor to the popular origin, or create a short spin-off series for fans to watch, and that could be accessible by Netflix and Amazon. Any additional funds earned will be put into the production of more episodes or more films if we choose to decide. That's the end of that.